next project we're going to be working on is a paper mache project, and what I need you guys to kind of dig around and find is an old pen. These cheap Bic pens where you can just take the lid off, these are the best ones. You're just going to throw this away or recycle it, whatever. But if you get in a pinch, you can use a click pen. It just has to be a ballpoint. Don't let it be one of those inky ones that kind of keep running and running and running, because it won't work long term and it might just like run all over something. But just if you're going to use a click pen, just make sure it's fully extended at the bottom, because the paper mache sculpture is going to go on the top of this pen. Let me show you some examples of what students have done over the years. This is one I've done. It needs a new paint job, but it's just an abstract sculpture. That's all it is. This rose is kind of nice. I mean, it's starting to kind of peel apart. Craftsmanship could be a little bit better here, but still really nicely constructed, good concept, fun. This dancer is actually really cool too, because what the student was thinking of is what this looks like in motion when you're writing with it. So I thought that was kind of cool. She's kind of dancing as you're writing. And that's really well done too. Really excellent craftsmanship, really excellent building technique too. The one I'm currently working on, it looks like a mess right now, but it's just kind of an old bur oak tree. I've been working on that. So in general, the technique here is we're going to be using recycled materials. This one is primarily newspaper. I think actually most of these are newspaper. This one might have a little tag board in it to hold up the petals a little bit better. This one I know actually has what we call a wire armature inside, where it's like the skeleton of the figure, and then newspaper and tape kind of bundled and taped over the top of it, with then paper mache placed on like a layer of skin. So the first thing I need you guys to do, one, find a cheap pen that'll work for this. Even if you have a nice long pencil that maybe you've burned through the eraser on, even that will work. Just know it's not going to be as a long-term use as like actually using a pen, because eventually the tip is going to get dull and you can kind of sharpen it up to a point, but then the sculpture will be here. So a pencil would work, but it's not ideal. These are great. Second thing I need you guys to do is to come up with a plan, and I'm going to post a picture of my plan for my pen sculpture. And what I want you thinking of, draw the pen in there, and what I want you to think of is how you're going to build, how are you going to problem solve the sculpture that you want to create. My technique that I'm using is like 100% newspaper and masking tape, and my technique is that I'm going to twist the newspaper and tape it and tack it into place as I'm twisting, and each one of these branches is twisted newspaper too. There was a question that came up, do I need an armature or a skeleton for my sculpture? For the tree, I'm going to try to go without the armature. So what I really want you thinking of in the plan is to kind of stay ahead, stay on top of any problems that might come up, because when you get to the building, you want the least amount of problems possible. So work out your ideas and your plan and your building technique for this project on your sketch pad, and hopefully that you can stay in front of some of the problems that might come up for building. Okay, so that is our next project, paper mache pens, and yeah,